Grand rising, everyone. Woo woo! It is Grand Rising Elizabeth. Wealth
Yeah.
Building Wednesday. Wealth Building Wednesday. Shout! It is February the 25th, and we are so excited about 2026. Woo!
Mhm.
And we're just finished up with prayer, and we're just so thankful and grateful for what all God is doing. Gratitude is the multiplier for more. And He truly have gifted us. We understand our role, our responsibility, and we are up for the challenge. So I'm just so thankful and grateful. Grand Rising Elizabeth and myself, we welcome you, we thank you, and we love you. Okay. So those who know about Grand Rising Elizabeth and Wealth Building Wednesday, that we love to start off the show with a millionaire or billionaire success story. So today's success story is, put on my glasses, is Jack Ma Yan. He was born on October the 15th, 1964, in East China. He has an older brother and a younger sister. Jack grew up poor. His family struggled to survive. Jack was picked on in school often because he was very short and scrawny. Jack always dreamed of owning his own business, but he didn't have any money. This caused Jack to try to go to college, but he failed the college entrance exam. Not one time, but two times. He then tried to get a job at a nearby Kentucky Fried Chicken in China, but he was again rejected. He tried to find work at a local hotel and tried to work for the police department, but faced rejection after rejection. This caused Jack to become a street vendor selling products on the street. Jack spoke English relatively well, so he started giving English lessons, making $12 a month. Jack was fascinated by the internet. He noticed when he would do a search online, there were very few, if any, listings for products made in China. This gave him the idea for Alibaba. Jack saved and borrowed as much money as he could to start it. He gathered 12 of his friends and asked them to invest the little money they had in his vision. They said yes, and this was the start of Alibaba.com. Jack worked hard to grow Alibaba into the largest revenue producing company in China. Jack Ma currently employs over 251,462 people. And through diligence and determination, in 2014, Jack Ma became the richest man in China. Alibaba currently has revenue of over $800 billion per year. And Jack Ma is one of the richest men in the world with a net worth of $34 billion. Jack Ma is also a major philanthropist, giving millions of dollars to charities to help the disadvantaged all over the world. Yeah, I remember when he went public. And that was the beginning of everything, right? And so, I love these millionaire and billionaire success story because as we always say, it doesn't matter where you start, it's about where you are finishing.
Is
And
he
one,
still alive?
absolutely, yes, he is.
Wow.
He's
Mhm.
still alive. And, you know, um, when I started purchasing over Alibaba, because that's one of the things that global empowerment at one point was teaching us a lot,
Mhm.
and I've bought many things from Alibaba and sold so many things. And the things that's so good about it is that you override the middleman, so you pass them, and so it makes you more profitable with your products because the retailers buy from the wholesaler buys from the distributor. The distributor buys from the importer. The importer buys from the export agent. Export agent buys from the manufacturer.
Mhm.
So every step helps save you money and can help you to become more profitable. So that is that's pretty much, the order, as you cut out all those different people, and that's power
Mhm.
when you can do that. That's so much power. And so you learned a lot about how to deal with the manufacturers and different things like that. It's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. That is no reason why we um cannot be successful. You know, no excuse. We stay in the game. Everybody get there suddenly. Everybody get their time and chance. That's in the Bible. Everybody get their time and chance. And we just, you know, lean on him, have him as our business partner. We pray for everything else. Pray for your business. Pray and ask him to be your business partner. Him being your business partner, how can you lose? How can you lose?
Ah, how can you lose with the stuff God uses?
Okay. And I even started changing my mindset
Hmm.
as well when it comes to, money. And a lot of times people like, oh, that's cost so much. That's that, oh, that's high. That was like, oh my God, $1,000. I'd have added $1,000 to my, you know, to my expenses. But
Yeah.
then when I start saying, that ain't nothing. Where is $1,000? Keisha, that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I ain't missed a beat, okay?
Mhm.
Because it's nothing, and I'm trusting God, and it's nothing. It really is nothing. We say, oh, this is expensive, we can't afford. No, it's really nothing. Just
Yeah, when I hear these people talking about that they had to they had to pay $5,000 for this, or they had to do they've spent like 500,000 on this, that, and the other. And here, just the little pocket dust.
mm-hmm.
I'm Could be concerned about pocket dust.
Yeah.
You know, $2.50 every month, so that the internet won't, I won't have the what do you call it, the advertisements come in and break up the flow and stuff like that. It's like, come on, Sheila, come on, stop. Just
Yes.
stop.
Yes, because we're moving in that lack mentality. And one thing,
Exactly.
yeah, and I've been talking to my money. I've been blessing it in, blessing it out. I've been saying thank you for what I was able to do. Like I was able to thank you. I was able to bless somebody today. Hey,
Yeah.
money, I'm so excited. Thank you for allowing me to do things, to buy this, to feel, what I'm saying, to live, to be able to buy what I want to buy
Right, right, right,
for the day. Thank you. I
right.
was able to treat my girlfriend, listen,
Right,
I was able to
right.
bless somebody. I was say, and so it's just really has changed things. Things have really been flowing and coming to me easily and effortlessly because
Hmm.
I've learned to talk to my money, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so,
Sharonda said, bless, what she say? Oh, I lost it right here. Anyway, she put something in the chat.
show me the money.
Show me the money, right? And something else that I had learned is that, you were talking about this the other day, that, to be like when you get a bill or something like that, and we want, oh God, another bill, but we forget that they gave that service to you before so they're trusting you.
Yeah.
You made the agreement, and just, yeah,
To be
just,
thankful that you have the money to pay it. Like, thank you. Just thank you. I just stop complaining. Like, thank you. I had the money to pay this
yeah,
for this
yeah,
service. I was blessed to have this service, and it's blessed to be able to pay it. Like, just
right.
changing that mindset to be
That
thankful.
whole, the flow, the energy around it,
The
the
energy
energy
around it.
around it. I was
Mm-hmm.
listening to it was like 30 minutes of thank yous, meditation, and just, thanking God to align us not on our power to be aligned, but that God would align us with what we desire, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
just just allow the spirit to do it for you. Just
yes,
trust that it will be done because that is what God wants for us.
yes. And enjoy the journey.
Know the
Mm-hmm.
journey. Hmm.
Enjoy the journey on the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would want to say also, and I thank you, Lakeisha, because you are one of the most powerful people, energetic people when it comes to around money. I know recently I really have changed my friendships around people, being around people who have money, being around people who manifest money is the difference being around people who believe this and the people who don't. And I have really removed myself away from the people who don't because they that negative around money drives you down. For example, um when Super Patch came out and said we was going to Las Vegas, my first thought is I'm going to Vegas. Period. That's it. That was the statement. Going to Vegas. Everything around it surrounded said something different, but you know what happened? We went to Vegas. There was people in our group that immediately said, you know what, I can't afford it. You didn't even give God or the universe the chance to work it out for you. You didn't even give them a chance because immediately it was like boom, I can't do it. Okay, well, guess what? They didn't go. We didn't try. We tried to convince them to change their mindset and their thinking around it because you don't know. You're looking at one source of income. You're looking at one source of income coming. You don't know where the opportunity may come. When Talbot said that their conference was coming, I remember it was Sunday night. They had a meetings member Sunday night, and somebody called me. They was like, "Look, do you want to still go to Texas, Houston?" I was like, "Yes." They was like, "Look, the owners just came together, and we are. You need to send an email to um blah 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 info is something at Tava right now saying that saying your circumstances about what's going on and what do you need to get to Tava." I was like, oh, okay. I did it immediately right there. Tava paid for my hotel room. All I had to pay for was my flight. My aunt called me the next day, was like, "Hey, I'm gonna send you $350 for your flight." Boom. Sometimes you gotta stop taking yourself out the game before God has other people, that's their blessing to bless you, but you immediately, boom, I can't do it. Stop it. If you declare
Hmm.
that you're going to do something, it's going to happen. And that's was everything that's when I was trying to, well, not trying, when I was getting ready for Los Angeles and not Las Vegas, everything popped up. $350 storage unit popped up the Monday before I'm supposed to fly out. Verizon, hey, I need the you know what? I'm just gonna pay it with money I got. We gonna work with it. We just gonna. I had two elders that sent me cash apps. I didn't even ask for. They was just like, have fun in your trip. So what I'm saying is, if there's something, a lot of times God is testing you to see if you're ready to go to the next level, and
Hmm.
by you declaring, you know what I'm saying? If it's a big thing, be like, oh, I can't afford it. Not only are you stopping other people's blessings, but you're stopping the blessing for yourself.
For
And
one,
I'm just giving you my testimony.
you have to speak it and believe it. But
Hmm.
once you make your mind up, God in the universe will start putting it together for you.
Mm-hmm.
You have to know your position. You have to declare and decree a thing. We're not supposed to be chasing money. We're supposed to be commanding and walking in your authority of who you are. Who you are. And so once you speak it and you believe it and you work, it will happen. God in the universe will start conforming to make it happen for you. Because for one, through Esther Hicks, one, you ask. You have not because you ask not. So you
Asking isn't getting and is given. That's in her book. I love that book.
yes,
The games that she has you play in that book.
yes, yes.
Yes.
So one, you ask. So once you ask, that's step one. Step two, now God in the universe is starting to put it together for you because you asked. Step three is back on you that you are properly aligned with your source being so that you can receive what it is that you ask for.
Yeah.
So we do have a lot of power, and we got to know about our power. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start this show because I have some really good, profound information that I really, truly want to share. So I'm going to move a little bit faster because normally we've been started by now, and it's 9:26. So we're going to go ahead and get busy. I got the power. Hey, okay. Okay, now that I got the power, let me find
Mm,
presentation. Okay, second. Move this.
good to see the top of your head, Alita.
Okay, where we at? Where we at? Right here. Okay. Are y'all able to see this?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Okay, share.
There you go.
Wait a minute, you can see it because I can't see it. Let's see. And I had it open. Okay, this is it right now. Can you see it?
Yeah, we see different things,
Okay, let me.
but we do see the presentation and then other stuff. Yeah, there you
How
go.
about now? You see it now?
You got it, girl.
Absolutely wonderful and amazing. Again, welcome everyone. Today we're going to talk about the 3 buckets of legacy: growth, protection, and income. You have to structure your money before life structures it for you. So it's very important that we structure our money. This presentation is for educational purposes only. I'm not providing personalized investment advice. I'm not recommending you purchase anything. Always do your research and consult a professional investor or professional. The truth. Can I tell the truth? Can we all allow me to tell the truth today?
Tell the truth, girl.
Most people don't have a money problem. They have a structure problem. Income is not wealth. Assets typically are not organized. Your protection is not reviewed, and income is not guaranteed. Do you know where your money is right now? Because I sit down with so many individuals from young to middle age to seniors. I'm not talking about your checking account. I mean the money that's supposed to protect your future. What about your 401k from the job you left in 2018? People are discovering money from jobs they forgot about. I had to have people go ahead and call HR from previous jobs, and they found money. The pension you forgot about from way back in the day. The life insurance policy with the wrong beneficiary on it, because that happens quite a bit. Somebody passed away and you forgot to change the spouse or you forgot to change things, right? So it's very important to have policy reviews. The Medicare plan that you don't fully understand. The coverage gaps that could drain your savings. Where is your money right now? If you're already retired, this still applies to you today. You may not need growth, but you do need clarity. You may not need any risk to take on any risk, but you need protection. You may not need complexity, but you need simplicity. So if you're 65, 70, or 75, this conversation is not over. 4 things seniors must review. And this is not pertaining to seniors. This is for everyone. Hospital maximum out of pocket. You need to check your insurance and see what is my maximum out of pocket. Prescription coverage. What is your prescription coverage? Are you paying too much? Life insurance coverage. You have to understand about the prescription, the different tiers, how much you'll be paying for brand name medication. Beneficiaries. That must be reviewed. You can change your beneficiaries as many times as you want. Most seniors don't lose money in the market, they lose it through medical costs. No matter your age, if you're breathing, you can improve your structure. If you're 60, age or more, you need to protect your income. If you're 70, we just need to simplify things on how things are going. If you're 80, you want to make sure that you transferring your assets and everything clearly to your loved ones. Legacy is not about how much you have. It's about how organized it is. Boom! I'm about to say that again. I want that to resonate. Legacy is not about how much you have. It's about how organized it is. That should have been a mic drop. Bam! Medicare and Medicaid. So when we're dealing with Medicare and Medicaid, Medicaid is income-based. Medicare is age-based. So this really matters because asset limits matter. You need to know your limits, how much money you can make, how much money you can actually invest. Planning matters. How do you plan to get out of that situation? Because Medicaid was only supposed to be for something that's temporary. It's a lot of things going on right now. Now, what if the government decided to take it away? Then what would you do? So use this time that you're on it to work on building, getting yourself up, setting yourself up for success. Because guess what? It's income based. Beneficiary updates matter. Please keep your beneficiaries updated so they don't go to the probate court. You spend time getting this plan. You want to make sure that your loved ones have what they need. But if you don't update that beneficiary, your wishes may not go the way you wanted them to go. Burial planning matters. I know a lot of times people don't want to talk about that area, but it's so very important. Planning do matters. So we're going to talk about the 3 buckets of legacy. 1, growth, which is building wealth. Protection, we want to protect our income, right? Income, get paid when you stop working. If you are near retirement, already retired, on Medicare or Medicaid, unsure where your old retirement money is, you need this conversation. Bucket number 1 is growth. Growth equal building money. Examples are ETFs, exchange traded funds. People who may not understand what that is, I do highly recommend you go to madamfinance.com or lakeishaLegrand.com. Go to my brand resume. You will see the shows. And you will see ETFs 101, etc. You can also go to grandrisingelizabeth.com also to look at the shows. We're going to It also includes growth, also includes dividend stocks, REITs, which is real estate investment trust. I talked about that. Brokerage accounts. This is the bucket that grows your money while you're not working. Bucket number 2, protection. Protection, keeping what you built. Life insurance replaces income. Fire insurance slash renter's insurance protects your savings. Kind of want to hit on that a little bit because I just had a building that caught on fire. It really wasn't bad because they had sprinklers all over the place, but those sprinklers cause a lot of water damage, right? So if you have savings, do you want to actually use your savings for some type of disaster like that? I mean, when I say I just was unbelievable, your mattresses being ruined, your furniture being ruined. I mean, you got to purchase and buy everything all over again. Do you really want your savings to go for that? Some people thought that renter's insurance or fire insurance is really expensive. Typically, you can get a plan for $10 or less. You know, so if you say you can't afford $10, guess what? You really can't afford not to have it. Because if something happens, how in the world are you going to replace those things? So some of them people in the building, my heart just go out to them because it's stressful. It's stressful. Someone had to move out of their apartment to another apartment. It's just so stressful. So, you can alleviate those stresses by making sure that you have the proper insurance for yourself.
Lakeisha, let me just interject. I just recently learned the value of having travel insurance,
Yeah.
where people were, on my upline, the resort that we stayed at, covered $85 covered 7 people. We had exactly 7 people travel with us and stay at the Westgate Resort. If you guys don't know the story, our dear friend got sick while Friday night while we were in Vegas. We thought it was just asthma. She didn't have an inhaler on her. Her breathing got worse, got a temperature the next day. Lorraine took her to ER and she found out that she had the flu on vacation. And they admitted her into the hospital for 2 days. Our flight, that was Saturday. We were supposed to fly out Sunday. Half our team left Sunday as scheduled because that's my friend, that's my coworker. We're not leaving her. Travel insurance paid for our extended stay. Travel insurance paid for her medical bills. Travel insurance paid for her um, medication. Travel insurance paid for the Cadillac limousine to pick us up and take us to the airport. They paid for our flights back. We didn't have to pay for the cancel fee. We didn't have to pay for what is it? Transfer fee. They paid for her to have a nurse fly with her with an oxygen concentrator in first class to get back to Detroit. And travel insurance also paid for her to have a personal driver pick her up from the airport and drop her off at home. That
Thank you
$85,
so much.
that $85 probably saved us well over maybe an extra $2,000 or $3,000 just for somebody getting sick on a trip.
Thank you so much for sharing that story. Insurance is, is very, very good. If you can afford it, get it because it truly protects your income. That protected their income. So Medicare strategy protects
What are you
retirement
mumbling under
income.
your breath over there?
Estate plan protects transfers, right? If disaster hits, this bucket stops you from starting over. That situation that they were in could have been devastating if they didn't have the money to recoup all of those different things. So insurance is very important. So that bucket two, protection is very, very important. Bucket number three is income. Income equals getting paid when you stop working. Social Security, pension, rental income, annuities, growth builds money, income pays you. Let's talk about the 401k wake up. Hidden money, sitting still. There are so many people have forgot about their 401k. forgot that they had it. They just leave the job and just go on. Some people was paying for it. They may not even knew they was paying for it. It doesn't hurt to call that previous employer because they're not going to call you in most cases, and find out, did you have a 401k, an old 401k, old pensions, forgotten retirement accounts, HSAs, all kind of stuff. Beneficiaries not updated. Money sitting still is not a strategy, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what, Lakeisha? There's a website for the state of Michigan that you can look up to see if there's any lost money or any money for you to actually claim. I got to look up the website because I looked it up and found out that my mother had something, an annuity or something that I was actually able to claim, since she's passed, that I was actually claiming because I was a direct descendant of hers. I was actually put a claim through and get that money that's just sitting there. So you may have money from your ancestors, your mom, your dad, your grandparent, that it's just they forgot about it. And if you're a direct descendant, you can prove with your birth certificate and everything that you're a direct descendant. They would give you that money because the way it's structured, they can't go nowhere. It just has to sit there until somebody claims it. So I'll look up that website and put it in chat for you.
Yes, I recently kept getting phone calls from people saying, I saw your name, you got money, you got money. And I knew I had money in there because I had accounts for my children when they were younger. And I was the head of it because they was too young. So yeah, I just did that myself recently. Actually, over the weekend, did it, and so I have money coming. I was like, wow, okay, more than what I thought. So the four income threats is market loss, you losing money in the market, medical bills are income threats, death for sure, and living too long. Legacy planning is income planning. Because you want to make sure if you live in long, do you have enough income to take care of yourself? Protect what you still have, ladies and gentlemen. You may not be building aggressively anymore, but what you have matters. Making sure your household is properly insured at replacement value, because some people like, well, I don't know how much I should have for my homeowner's insurance. Hey, get it at replacement value. Something happens and it will take care of the home. Updating life insurance beneficiaries. That's important. That's why I have it on here again. This is a big, huge thing that a lot of people do not have set up. Is setting up POD, which is payable upon death on your bank accounts. Make sure you have that. Ensuring long-term care risk is discussed. It's so important to have payable on death because, that person can get that money out without it actually going to probate court. Because you know what I'm saying? Because if you are the beneficiary on there, payable on death. Removing unnecessary risk from your investments. Always evaluate it. Look at it. At least yearly, every 6 months, look at your investments. Protecting savings from being wiped out by medical bills. Pay attention to your bills. Don't be scared to question it. Okay? Because the insurance companies, they make mistakes. The clinics, the doctors, they make mistakes. They put in wrong billing codes. Some of them be, providing services that they didn't even do on you. So you want to check your bills, just check to see. It don't never be a bill. It just tells you when you went into the doctors or the clinic office what was all done. So question it. Don't just accept it at face value because they do make mistakes. Believe me, the clinics and the doctors put in the wrong billing code that you may not even have to pay for. You don't need more risk. You need more protection. Okay, now we want to go on to entrepreneurs because I definitely want to talk about this because a lot of us are entrepreneurs or thinking about becoming an entrepreneur. It may know someone that's an entrepreneur. So entrepreneurs is chess, not checkers. Checkers is when you're reacting to trends, chasing followers, looking for viral moments, and listening to all the noise. Chess is when you are actually positioning yourself. Even if you don't have a big positioning yourself, reoccurring revenue, working on that, cost structure, ownership, long-term moats. What are you able to do? What makes you stand out? What would make you the competitor so hard to the competitor? What makes you so hard that a competitor can't easily win? Busy is not the same as positioned or being positioned. Busy doesn't necessarily mean you're productive, right? You can be busy and not productive. So let's keep that in mind, making sure that you're being productive. Move this out the way. The noise problem. I've been doing a lot of meditation, a lot of praying over all the things that opportunities that is coming my way. And what's been revealed that we've been sold to a lie. What we're told that post more content, go viral on TikTok, get more followers, build your brand online. The money will follow. Just build them online. No. In actuality, the more research I've been doing on business and actually looking at my actual businesses, what actually works and what we should be concentrating on, profit margins over followers. What is your profit margin? Repeat customers over views. Reoccurring revenue over viral. Systems. What system do you have in place? Over hustle. Assets over attention. I really wanted to put a lot of information regarding the businesses and what we really need to be focused on. But one of the major things is a system. Repeat customers. Your profit, I just want to say that again. Assets over attention. Because those are the main things that we really should be focusing on. Social media is, I call a megaphone. If the message isn't right, it just gets louder, just more louder noise. Louder noise. Yeah, social media, it just amplifies your message. It amplifies your message, but it does not fix weak margins. It does not fix a broken system within your business. Visibility does not equal viability. It does not. The four accounts every business owner needs. I really want to address this. One account is your business operating account. All revenue lands here. Pays business expenses only. One account. Your second account, which is most business owners, new startup business owners do not have this set in place. Your tax reserve account. 25 to 30% of every dollar goes in this account immediately before you spend anything. Because don't you know, if you're selling items and you're charging taxes, don't you know you're supposed to put that out? And it just brings about simplicity. You have to have a tax reserve account. So that's your second account. Your third account is your business savings account. You have a checking account and you need to have a business savings account. You should be working towards 3 to 6 months of operating expense. Your business emergency fund. The fourth account we should have is a personal wealth building account. Your owner's pay goes here. This account builds your future. So we always leave ourselves out when we are starting our business. We pay everybody else. I mean, this bill, that bill, but you have to put money for yourself.
Lakeisha, that is so true. When I was working with my Uncle Harold at the shop, we went to a strategies. It was a business strategies. They had where salon owners had to sit down and actually go over all their numbers. And when he found out that he was actually supposed to have himself on payroll, just like everybody else, and pay himself a check, it was like, for a person to be in business, I was surprised that you didn't even think about that. When we got back to Detroit after analyzing all of our bill and all of our numbers, like strategies even made us go down to find out what the cost was to sit for someone to sit in your chair. How much water does it cost? How much electricity does it cost? Do your
Yes,
prices reflect do your prices reflect what everybody else is doing trying to get clients, or does it reflect the cost of what it costs to actually run your business? And we
yes,
had to significantly change our pricing coming back to Detroit, because it was like, no, we can't charge what everybody charge, because everybody don't have the costs associated to run our business. It may be run
yes,
for their business, but not our business.
yes,
And what the first thing he did, which his wife, when at the time his wife appreciated, he put himself on payroll. There is payroll a different than the profit share check, the money
yes,
that's different from the money that the business made on a weekly basis for profit. And that he even
yes,
had to change what the profit was going to be. Either it was going to be 15% or
yes.
25%.
I
But
appreciate you sharing that, but we got 7 minutes and I want to
gotcha.
get through a few more. But thank you so much for sharing that valuable information, Danielle. I really appreciate it. The wealth investment stack. Build these in order from foundation to growth. Step one, maximize any employer 401k match. If you are working and you have an employer is offering a 401k, max it out. Truly take advantage of it. Instant 50% to 100% return. No investments beat this. Step two, open or max your Roth IRA. Business owners, individuals can open up a Roth IRA. 7,000 a year if over 50, tax-free, growth forever. Step 3, think about a S&P 500 ETFs, brokerage account. Own 500 of America's largest companies. 10% average annual return. Please don't take this as me actually telling you what to buy, because I'm not supposed to do that. But do your research and see, would this be a wise choice and investment? REITs, real estate without the landlord. Collect rental income as dividends. No tenants, no maintenance, no toilets, no management. It is one of the best ways to get into the real estate game without owning and having all of that responsibility. Annuities. Now, this is something I'm going to end up having to talk about probably maybe next week, about annuities, because this is another form of guaranteed income for life. The foundation that protects against unpredictable business income. We're going to start talking more about annuities. I just want to go add a little bit. Once I feel we all got the, I think we got it. We got the REITs, we got the ETFs, we got the dividend stocks. We have covered so much. So now we're gonna move into annuities and other tools. This product, most financial educators don't talk about it a lot. Annuities, guaranteed income for life. What is it? It's a contract with an insurance company. You put in money, they guarantee income for life. Why now? Why is it important now? With current interest rates, annuities are performing better than they have in 20 years. Why do entrepreneurs need it? Your business, excuse me, your business income fluctuates. An annuity is the stable floor that never goes away. The 401k opportunity, that old retirement account from a job you left that's not doing anything, it can be rolled right into an annuity starting now. Final thoughts. The goal is not to get rich fast. Wealth is built quietly, transferred intentionally, protected through your stewardship. The goal is to stop funding the world and start owning it. Thank you so much. I hope this gave you something to think about, a different perspective when it comes to your business. One thing I have noticed about my mentor, his businesses, and all the things that he does, he not on the internet. He ain't worried about no followers. He not worried about none of that noise. And his business is making buku money. Buku money. So we got to make sure that we're focusing on the right things, focusing on our current customers, making sure they're happy so that they can return. A happy customer will also bring about other customers. I just think it's just so much noise out here, and there's so many other things that we need to get in order. Because at one time there was no internet. Companies was thriving and still thriving, right? And so it's certain things that we need to make sure that we have in order, especially a system put in place to leverage relationships. So I just want to say that. I'm going to stop sharing. And if anybody have anything that was any of value today that they learned or made them think about a different perspective?
Absolutely. I learned a whole lot. I learned that I don't have my ducks in a row.
Right.
And I got to pull up the rear and I got to get it going. And I got to get it going. I got to do something like I'm going to start something today, actually. Yeah. I did some screenshots. So yeah, I am far behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, and the systems. The systems is really big. What you were talking about, that if I am out there all over the internet and stuff like that, but I don't have the system to maintain all of that, it's for naught. It's for naught. I don't have where they're going to go, where the money's going to go, and all of those things. So, and what you were saying about the different accounts that we need to have for our businesses, the savings account, the that list right there. So thank you for this lesson today.
Anybody else? Yeah, I just, it's just, so, it's not like it's a lot, but it is something that we do need to pay attention to, and just the incident, well, it's 10:01. about the fire at the building and seeing the sadness on some of those people's face that everything is ruined. They can't do anything. All the furniture, mold and mildew. You can't get all that water out of there. Like you can't. In your mattress, really? Your mattress that's flooded with all that water? And so we really do just need to, just think about those type of things and protect our income. Well, it's 10:01. I'm glad that you all were able to get something out of it. I really do. It's not just for you all, it's for me too, to make sure that I'm staying focused and I'm, you know, building a business with integrity, building a business that's going to last, right? So let's give ourselves a hug. I want to give you all a hand for showing up today. Let's hug ourselves because as, women, we give a lot out and sometimes we don't give ourselves enough love and grace. So let's hug ourselves. Let's hug the world because the world needs a hug too. And let's definitely send love and light to all of those people in authority.
Jesus, help us.
We
Thank
send
you.
enough love and light in authority. You never know what miracles can actually take place. I love you all. Thank you. Coming, this will be uploaded today. And so peace out. Have a wonderful and fantastic day on purpose. Peace.
Peace out and peace within.
And peace within.